Hey, this is Tracy with Stuff and Things, and I have a Winter is Coming Wednesday. We're on episode 9, I believe. 7, 8, 9, third week in July. We are getting ready to head out of town. We're going to head to Central Florida and then down to Fiesta Key. So things have been pretty hectic because in the midst of doing all of our final pack and prep after being here for 3 months, we are also house hunting, and we are currently in the middle of negotiating on a possible stick home here in TGO. So wish us luck. It is more than we initially were going to go for, but we thought, what the heck? It meets all of our needs, and we've been pretty much homeless for 6 years now, and we are ready to be stationary for a while. We still want to travel, just not as much, and we really want a home base here that is more stationary than just renting here and there. You don't really get, any permanency unless you commit to long leases, and so in that case, we might as well own the home or place where we are staying. So hopefully there will be more good news on that next week. Today's card is a card that I got from one of the card classes. We're doing July, Christmas in July this month, and I did not get permission to do reveals of those cards, so I went ahead and spent some time mocking one up. So I'm going to show you the base. The base is super simple. You simply cut at 1 inch from each edge. This is an A2 size card, and you do need to have it be a tent vertical fold. So you've got right now these 3 pieces, and I already have all the pieces cut. I won't add a sentiment nor the embellishing. I will actually do the reveal of the finishing of this card next week, and I only had time. I want to do a Thanksgiving one as well with this same type of kind of a simple fun fold, but I am very restricted on time this week. So what I'm going to do is build it from the bottom up, and so that you get the impact of how the top layer really pulls it all together. So basically for the insides, I'm using the Storybook Gnome papers, and I am using some cutout pieces on one of the pages, and then the strips on this one, and I'll show you the front and back of the 2 pieces. And then I am also using the snowflake dies. There's this outside cut, I used that. I cut a few of the small ones, and then I cut 2 of the big ones. Yes, 2 big ones. So I'm still not sure exactly which ones I'm going to use, and then when I do the Thanksgiving one, I want to use these leaves in fall colors. So here are the little animals. I will show them. I made a collage of them. I just cut them out, fussy cut them really quickly. The back of this paper are really cute trees. And then I used this winter scene. This is, I don't know if you can see it, but it is balmy blue. So we've got some balmy blue in there. And then this one has both pool party and balmy blue. So here are the snowflakes cut out. They're very cute. That almost looks like a heart in the middle. And then I do have a need for a popped up one that is solid. So I made one that I laid over the top of the outline one, and I believe that the outline one is actually meant for a different purpose. It is meant to cut out this one, the stamped version. So I kind of used it a little different than I think as they intended it, but you'll see why I needed to do that. So I'm going to start in from the back, and I'm going to build it up from the bottom. And I found that the best way, I want to make sure that I am using the correct pieces, because they do, I'll show you how they tie together. Yeah, okay, so I've got all my pieces in order. All right, so tacking them down lightly at first. I had intended initially to have the edges, the matting, be a little bit narrower than this, but it worked out okay. So now let's see, this is actually where you're going to write your message. I added the little bird. So the bottom layer is pretty straightforward. Again, you could make your mats a little narrower than this, but that will do. The next piece I'm going to do is, I would call the middle and top. So the middle flap is going to become a middle layer. I will reveal to you my little scene. Again, no sentiments yet. I have some in mind. I might end up doing some customizing. All right, so the middle scene, like that. The top scene, when I cut that middle out, I actually at the same time cut out these two sides because this tree you can see lines up. So it was important that I keep my different edge pieces together for the, whether they were the top or the bottom row, because I wanted to make sure that the scene continues across the whole top. And then you'll see that this part of this tree continues on. All right, so by itself, it's actually a cute card. And when you flip it up, you can see where the message is written, and then you flip up the sides. So, oops, sorry, I hit my tripod stand. I just can't even imagine what it's going to be like to actually have a studio space that's dedicated for filming and have the tripod be in the correct position. The best way I had it here, so now what I'm going to work on while I'm talking is, I will call it the top. So that's going to look like this. I'm going to just tack it lightly because I might have to adjust it a little bit. Anyhow, the best arrangement that we had in the trailer for me was when I was over at the dining room, which was very cramped, but the tripod got to hang from the ceiling, and that really made a big difference for me. And it was a lot easier to film, things didn't shake as much, and this tripod has to like get set up and then it has to get put away and set up and put away. All right, so that's what I've got so far. I'm going to put a pop dimensional on this, the back of the snowflake. It will be toward the bottom, and I'm not going to take it off yet until I do my test. Then I have, getting out my glue. I want one snowflake to be hanging off the edge on this side, up high. This is going to be popped up somewhere in the center here. I see that I can see it. Let's see if we can shift it. So it will pop up right here, and now I'm going to leave so you can't see my final little test. And you'll see here what I am doing with this snowflake in a minute, and why I need it to do what it's doing. Okay? And actually the layout changed a little bit. And I'm not going to put the 5th snowflake. There's some arranging that needs to happen based on whatever sentiment I put on. And I'm going to take and be brave, and I'm going to put this one snowflake where I think the sentiment will not be. All right. So there it is. And see where I needed to line up. I want to cover that. So I've got it very lightly tacked. I'm going to adjust it a little bit because I want it to be lined up just right. Okay, I think that's good enough. All right, so there will be a sentiment here. This will be how they see it when they open it. And then when they open it, they're gonna see this cute scene. They're gonna have maybe another sentiment down here, maybe no sentiment. So it's actually 3 layers deep. Sorry, I had to stop. Hub was shifting around, and I had to let him know I was filming. So again, here is the front when you lift it up. There is the middle with the little scene. Maybe have a little sentiment here, maybe not, because the sentiment is intended to be right here in the front. And what this snowflake is for is to cover the reindeer's antlers. And then there's the inside of the card where you can type your message and the little bird. So that is all I've got. I hope you enjoyed this cute little simple fun fold and see how it gets assembled. I will have the full supplies list over on my blog. You can leave any questions, comments, or concerns on the video or over on my blog. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.